Welcome back, guys, to episode 3 of Welcome to My Basement. How do I want to say this? One of the trio of the hosts. I'm Keith, and I'm joined here by
Ronald McDonald and
Mr. Light.
so Mr. Light Ronald decided to sit in today.
Bud Light. That is.
Thank you guys so much for the support on episode 2. And actually, it did really good. Episode 1 did a little bit better, but episode 1 is still climbing in views too. So thank you guys for all the support and watching the podcast. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I think next episode we're planning on getting a guest on.
Yep.
A special guest.
Barack Obama.
We have a multitude of guests lined up.
Yeah.
For over the next 2 weeks or so, or even 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much, and to get right into this is the only topic we really kind of pre-planned.
Hang on, wait. Before we get into this, the race is really close.
Oh, yep.
Between our name selection.
Yep.
So if you would, leave a comment on this, whether we should do Mountain Douche, which is my personal favorite, or Welcome to My Basement, which is a little more professional, understandable, as we are in a basement. So as you were.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could go on episode 2 and comment. You know, we had a few people tell us their opinion on it, but we need comments. We need
hard feedback.
Yeah, we need to verify that. So also, if you guys have any issues like feedback or anything, you guys give us any feedback, any topics you want us to discuss. We appreciate
it all.
Yeah, we appreciate all of it. Any issues you want us to discuss here or talk about, I mean, why not comment it? We will most definitely talk about it. We don't really write topics up like we should.
Yep.
But anyway, back to the topic I wanted to get into. That's kind of like the only thing that's really happened since last episode is that Trump has declared his campaign for 2024.
Yep.
Mr. Light, how do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good. I don't know. I feel like he would be a great candidate. We don't know what he's capable of quite yet, but
never, seen Donald Trump in politics. But
I think the business aspect, like his business background and a political scene, is
stock
you think it helped
markets-
him in his first term?
I think it helps the economy.
Stock market will probably boom. So if you think Trump's gonna be president, you probably ought to start dumping money in it.
And right now we're in a recession, and I think he'll pull us right back out of it.
I think DeSantis would do a better job personally. I know there's a lot of Trump fans out there, which is fine, but I believe if Trump and DeSantis end up going head to head, I think Trump announced that he'd let DeSantis just have it.
Yeah, I think if both of them go, it's just gonna pull votes. So
yeah,
that's what they were kind of going after there. And DeSantis, great candidate, the governor of Florida.
Yep.
I think either one.
I think he stands for a lot of the right things, and I think that's something that a lot of.
What do you think about woke culture? Because I remember DeSantis said in one of his speeches, he said woke goes to Florida to die, which was
facts.
Florida's
a different breed.
I think getting called woke's an insult. I think it's a big insult.
Yeah, I
don't know.
There's a difference between being woke and being an idiot.
Can you explain what woke means to the people that may not know?
I don't know. I don't know how to really put it in words.
Politically correct. And
well, it also just be thinking like for example, it's
lack
just like,
of logic.
Yeah, but it's like
how I see it.
I feel like there are a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm woke, and they think they know like all this underground shit and like conspiracy theories and stuff that they think is like, or they think to be absolutely 100% true.
Do you think Bush did 9/11?
I don't know.
I think there's a lot of holes in that.
Everybody's watching what you say here.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of holes in the
I do
9/11.
too. No, I think there's a lot of plot holes going on.
There's also a lot of holes in the Las Vegas shooting
during
the Jason Aldean. Well, first off, it was the biggest mass shooting of all time.
I heard about
it was
that.
when the dude
with the AK?
The dude with like the AK, and he sprayed like a whole crowd of people, and there was no further investigation on it. Bigger than any mass shooting.
And you know
nothing about it.
You've not heard about it. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe
No, I knew it happened. I don't know. I haven't heard about the holes or anything. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. So.
Well, there was no further investigation on it, which is kind of fishy.
Oh.
But why would you? I don't understand why somebody would just shoot up a.
Well, it might be vulgar, but that's definitely something media should cover. You know what I'm saying? Like heavily.
They covered the.
But also,
they covered the Parkland shooting.
I have seen a lot of stuff though I've seen a lot of stuff where I think Like I've read articles and stuff that popularizing that kind of stuff and covering that is almost giving the shooter what they want. You see what I'm saying? It's giving them.
to a degree,
It's giving. Yeah, it's giving them their attention
That's
that they want.
valid.
It's blowing them up, and it's like I forget who it. I don't know. I think maybe don't quote me on this, but I think one of the guys was like, "Oh, I'm famous now. Like I'm famous," and like he liked the attention or whatever.
I mean that's
And
essentially why they do
Well,
it.
even after like the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, was like Jeffrey Dahmer was getting letters and shit.
He's
in,
dead,
in
but-
prison. Yeah, but like the show just came out. It was
People
a popular
thought he was
thing.
hot, bro.
Yeah, no, but people it's just
He did
sexual,
eat people.
sexualizing that thing.
It's fucked
And
up.
yeah, it's not good.
Well, I think this is personal opinion too. I mean, I think that with this school shooting shit, like Nicholas Cruz, whenever he
Yeah.
did the Parkland shooting, I think
Scumbag.
whenever they publicized that and they got really big, I think it made like other people like him. Like,
Yeah,
I want to do that, so I could be like that.
yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
fucking complete weirdos.
Well,
but-
and yeah, it's like I feel like it's another way just for people to get their exposure and get what they want, and it almost gives them a sense of power. Like,
Yeah.
look at all these people, but that's just like my opinion. I don't know.
that is all. Yeah.
You know, like I said, like
Yeah.
I don't know about any.
I also saw this thing where like you remember how the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial was like a huge deal?
Massive thing.
Not really a big deal that should be in the media, like that should be covered on like big news stations, but I believe on that same day of those trials there was an Epstein trial going on with what went on in the Epstein
Yeah,
trial. So
I knew that.
I think the media kind of took like, hey, let's look at this Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp and make it a huge
and
deal.
Yeah, they created a. Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, let's cover this up.
Well-
I think that's what happened. Nobody knows about the other
Yeah.
trial.
Kind of go off topic here a little too, but like Keith said, the only thing that's really happened since the last podcast is Trump's.
Yeah.
Also, I saw this yesterday. Actually, I think it might have happened yesterday. Russia launched a
I did see
missile or
that. I
something.
know I saw that, and I saw that.
killed 2 Polish farmers.
And there's World War III rumors going around now
Uh huh.
because I forget.
going
Oh,
on
was it the
since
border of Poland?
forever.
It went over
It
the
was the border of Poland.
it went
yeah.
over the border of Poland and it killed 2 guys.
I think Russia was intending for it to go to Ukraine,
Yeah,
but it went on. It went
Slipped.
It went into Poland.
yeah. Some guy.
Blew on it. Yeah.
No, it was Putin in his office. He was like he was really just like vigorously tapping on his desk to get some message around, and then he accidentally clicked the
Switchy.
red button.
Yep.
Well, I saw this also. Putin,
I bet he was tap dancing on the desk.
Putin had a press conference.
Oh no!
Putin had a press conference. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, and he said basically that the West reign over everything is over. And I think by the West he means probably like Western Europe and then us. But he was also like, this is gonna be like the most bloodiest and unpredictable decade that the world has ever seen since the end of World War II or something. He said something to that degree,
Yeah.
and you sit there thinking like, "Fuck's that mean,
Yeah,
Vladimir?"
not a good thing to say.
Like,
Not a good thing to say as a country that has hella nukes.
and not a good thing to say is we're all that
Pussy.
age. No, we're all
No,
that
yeah,
age
no,
to
we
go.
are perfect. We are perfect.
We're good enough to go in there and die.
We're a sprouting 18-year-old. We're all like right there.
Speaking of like young people going to war, do you guys see what is it? All Quiet
Quiet
on
on the Western Front.
Crazy movie.
Key, you have to.
Movie?
10 out of 10.
Crazy movie.
It's in German, so it's
It's dubbed.
but
Oh, I think I saw a TikTok on it.
it's fucking
It's
nuts.
so good.
I think I saw a TikTok on it.
If
Where
you
it's
haven't
like
watched it-
17-year-olds and shit.
If you haven't
Yeah,
watched
I-
it,
I saw a
you
TikTok
should
about
go
it.
ahead and watch it. I'm not gonna get like really spoiler
Don't spoil it,
into
'cause
it,
I'll watch it.
but
Sounds
I'll
interesting.
kind of just talk about kind of what happens. So it covers the German side of the war, which is I only know of like
World War I.
few. Yeah, I only know of like a few other movies that do this.
Mhm.
But basically, what Germany did was it was like you see in the beginning how kind of propaganda and everything got everyone excited for war without
Yeah.
them really knowing what they got in or what they're getting into. So it was these 17-year-olds and they're like 3
Group-
friends.
Yeah.
And they get on they're like excited to go to Paris and all this stuff. And it just kind of shows like the reality of war. It's
Yeah.
Well, I think in a
Wild.
deeper, like intellectual thing, I think it shows. That's why I think Germany made it,
yeah.
because it shows like Germany's power hungry motives during
Yeah.
the war. Because I mean, I can't really spoil it a whole lot, but towards the end, you remember that one guy. Like the war is like 15 minutes, it's over,
Mm-hmm.
and that guy does that offensive, and it's just like this is fucked up. And then there's kids like literally exactly like us right now, just watching their friends get
Yeah.
fucked. It's
Which is
sad to see.
crazy.
It's very, very visual
Eye-opening.
too.
Yeah.
That's really. I mean, dude, even watching the Russia and Ukraine thing, all of it felt surreal. And so because it's not even close to us. You know what I mean?
You see videos.
You
of,
just
like,
see you see
getting shot
videos of like whole families in apartments, and all of a sudden the apartment right next to them gets blown the hell up, and they're falling out of buildings.
Do you guys think that world peace is obtainable?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, in theory, it's probably not possible. Like, obviously, there's a way to eliminate conflict, but you also realize, like, I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but does anyone know, like, what the Russian economy is like?
No.
Is it, like, strong right now?
I don't think so, but I think it's because they're running out of supplies.
So let's say
All their money's funded to Ukraine.
Let's
like
say
war effort.
the economy is terrible in Russia.
Mm.
Russia may want to get into a war just to pull the economy back in.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of like fucky too, but if you look at the 30s in the United States with the Great Depression and shit, and then after that it fueled World War II, which then helped the economy, made us a superpower after World War II. Like, if you think about it, there's a lot of similarities right now.
Than there was then.
Yeah. And like the Great
like
Depression.
the Great Depression, and then the war pulling us out of
and
it.
then, like you had Hitler, and
But then we
Nazis.
had jazz music.
But you have
after
Hitler.
that.
You have Hitler and the Nazis, which are like very hungry for power, right? And it kind of goes to
A couple of goofballs.
Putin and the Russians. They invaded Poland. They're invading Ukraine. You know, it's like the economy's down right now. It's a little scary to think about.
Yeah, that's the.
It could just all be or coincidence, but
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
There's a lot of shit, and I you know, I don't know. I can't really speak on. I don't really know shit about it. That's another thing I want to bring up. In the previous podcast, I know from my perspective when I was looking back at it, I definitely said some shit that was false. Like 100%, I look like a fucking idiot.
Said the
And
ostrich can run like 400 miles an hour or something.
I did. I said like 500. I said it could beat a Ferrari in a race, and then I saw a video of it. But that was a Hot Wheels.
And you're
Ferrari.
like, hey, that thing looks slow.
Yeah, it was a Hot Wheels Ferrari,
Oh.
and I had no idea. So like, when I said they could run that fast, they can only run like 40-something miles an hour. So I was like, way wrong. But don't take anything we say to court.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling like.
Don't quote us.
Yeah,
on
we
half the
might
shit
we
say.
might know a little bit, but like there's
You
some
can do
shit.
your own research.
Yeah, if you guys watched the other one, man, I was very 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 confident in my ostrich, in my thing. I think I was like shut down Garrett. I was like, no, they can run like 70 miles an hour. I was completely wrong.
At least he was confident
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
all that
Yeah,
really matters.
yeah. So
Top
I mean,
speed,
don't
48 miles an hour.
wait what? Oh, that's their top speed. Yeah,
That's true.
You know
yeah.
what they say?
It's around there. It's around there.
You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
You can't.
Keats that bullshitter.
Perhaps. Depends. So yeah, don't quote us or anything. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back to Russia and shit. If we back to it a little bit because I didn't want anyone to quote any of our shit on
Yeah.
on
Any of
this
this.
thing, and we're like,
This is all personal.
yeah, this is all
belief.
like, yeah, this is all we made it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, back to Russia. If we do go to war with Russia, we're going.
Oh,
We are.
We're in. Yeah. Well, do
don't think there's enough-
you think they'll host a draft?
They would have to
If it's
eventually.
a war, yeah. If
Yeah,
it's like big.
yeah.
I don't think. Do you think our military is big enough
What do you mean?
to have a war right now?
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We could have.
That's
a war
true.
whenever.
There's like honestly probably like an eighth of all people go to the military. Like
Got a few of them.
men out
Well,
of high school.
We have like the smallest infantry, like people in the military in like any other country.
Is it
But we
like
have the most supplies.
Yeah, we
everything.
got
is
isn't it
best.
like the best Air Force in the world is our Air Force, and the second best Air Force in the world is our Navy?
Probably.
I didn't know.
Well,
I didn't know
we
that.
have like. I mean, don't quote me on this. This is. I'm not sure, but I think we have like 6 to 8ish aircraft carriers, and the next person has like 2.
Well, I tell you,
Or
like
something like
what
that.
what I do like I really liked about Trump when what he did in office was he did like put a ton of money into our war supplies. Like he updated a bunch of I don't know, they just like the fucking
Just supplies,
Yeah,
vehicles,
like,
everything. Yeah.
updates, like the helicopters, gets
Et
brand
cetera.
new ones,
Yeah.
like $1 million helicopters, just like, yeah, So I think if we needed to go to war, I think we're ready.
I think it's also very controversial though how much money, especially Republicans, dump into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
Till we need it.
That's the thing, though, is that there's massive controversy with everything that Democrats put, anything a Democrat president puts money into.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, even with Obama, who I personally think was a, like, I don't want to say universally loved, but I think that a lot of Republicans tolerated Obama. They were like, he is a good president. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, there was something about him.
I mean, other than like the economic crisis that happened while he was in.
Yeah, he didn't do a whole lot.
Didn't have a whole lot to do.
But he didn't anger
He
a whole
maintained.
lot. Yeah, he didn't anger a lot of
very
people.
well.
Whereas, like, for example, like Joe Biden has right now, it is an absolute, like, I don't know, it is a easy, like, it definitely split it up, like 100%. Republicans and Democrats are completely because there's the people defending Biden.
I don't remember it, like, when I was younger. I don't remember it ever being super split.
This divided.
Like,
Yeah.
if somebody says, like, somebody was like, yeah, I voted for Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
And like you voted for Obama, it was never like you're a fucking pig.
Yeah.
It's like
it was never bad.
Okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
but if you say you voted for Trump,
I voted for Trump, and somebody voted for Biden.
yeah, if a Republican voted for it, like if a Republican ran into a guy, I was like, I voted for Biden. What the hell?
Yeah,
what are
no,
you doing?
honestly, some Republicans are just kind of fucking idiots. Like,
I think that's on both sides.
I think both
both sides.
extremes
Yeah,
on
both
both
sides
sides.
has their extremists.
Both sides
has their
are
people that.
fucking idiots. Like they not everyone obviously. There's still some sanity, but like I'm talking like all the rednecks who are like, oh fuck, you didn't vote for Trump. Yeah.
That's another thing too, is I hear so many people around here say that, and I guarantee they don't know shit about
They don't know
politics.
shit.
They don't know shit
No,
about shit.
so many people
They're
around
like,
here.
no,
So
but-
many people around here are like, I like Donald Trump because he has
Guns.
laws against Mexicans and
Guns. Yeah.
RHGC. That's why.
Guns.
Dude, yeah, and they're like, I don't know if they don't I don't know if they understand this, but Trump is not a redneck. Trump has
Like
like
The farthest thing. From
Trump.
a
If Trump was never a president and one of those rednecks ran into Trump, they would.
Hate him.
Trump's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's not an idiot.
But he's a businessman.
Yeah, and they are rednecks.
Yeah.
So rednecks, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, it's a sad truth.
No,
I
there are
think that's
definitely
the
there are
same-
definitely some rednecks I think that do know about it.
Yes.
If that makes
If you
like,
educate yourself,
yeah, no, there are definitely people, but also I know so many Democrats and Republicans who don't even involve themselves with politics, but they vote Republican or Democrat because of their paycheck, of what their paycheck
That's
looks
valid,
like.
though.
Whoever,
That's how-
yeah, that's
because
what I'm
that
saying.
I mean
But, like,
that is one of the biggest factors
yeah,
of
we're
your
like
life.
they genuinely don't give a shit, but they just kind of notice over the years and after they live. When there's a Democrat in office, I make more money. When there's a Republican in office, I make more money, and that goes different for every job.
I know,
But like, if I ask somebody about that, why are you voting for this guy? And they're like, I just make more money. I'm not arguing.
That's
with that.
valid.
I'm not doing it.
I
I'm
know,
like, okay,
I know rednecks who voted for Biden.
really,
Yeah,
fair enough. But it's like
Because
it's like,
of-
oh no, I do too. I know just guys who just
Well,
vote
think
straight
think
Democratic.
about the union workers.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Is I know union work-
Democrats
yeah.
support that. Heavily.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people who just they say they vote for Biden, but like they don't know anything about Joe
honestly,
Biden.
like a lot of, I think everyone can kind of agree that Biden is definitely not the best president, regardless of what you voted on.
you need to wake up, Joe.
Yeah, stuff like that. But from what I'm hearing around here in this area, we have a lot of natural resources, coal and oil, being two of the main ones, and essentially, Joe Biden wanted to do away with all the natural resources, but he essentially all he did was raise the price on them, making the people who work in the natural resources industry, like
Yeah.
coal miners and oil rig specialists, make a lot more money.
Yeah.
You think about it, it's kind of like the progressive views as a Democrat. You want to inflation rise,
Yeah.
the minimum wage rises, everything just rises because we're progressing.
Yeah.
But
And that's another thing though, where it's like, if you just walked up to some random guy and was like, "You working a minimum wage job," and you're like, "Hey, minimum wage is gonna get raised $15." He'd be like, "Oh, really, dude? That's fucking awesome." And it's like, yeah, but your gallon of milk is gonna double in price too.
See, and I
you see what I'm
feel
saying? Like that, and I don't think a lot of people see that's how
It's
inflation
literally
works.
just compensation.
Yeah. Where
somebody
it's,
people think that that's going to get us out of debt too,
No.
which
I mean, if you raise the taxes, if everyone's making more, the taxes are raised.
And the thing is, you can't fucking tax people any. Like, you tax people harder, there will be a civil war. I'm not like this is very extreme here, but you gotta think like back in the colonies, they said fuck that shit. You know?
I saw a
Texas dick. That's what they said.
I saw a Dave Chappelle set, like a little bit from Dave Chappelle, and he was like, I don't know what Dave Chappelle is politically, nor do I really care. I love Dave Chappelle.
He's cool dude.
But he was like, here's how I knew Trump was just that dude, right? He said, like, in the first debate they had, Trump was saying something, and this is probably a vital part of the story, but Trump was saying something, and then like Hillary Clinton like butted in and was like he doesn't pay taxes, and then he's like, yeah, because I'm smart, and then he's like all of your funders and all of your I don't know, like the people who funded Hillary's campaign, are enjoying the same tax break as I am, because there are ways around taxes with write-offs. And then he was like, that's what I'm trying to change.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And that's how he's like, I knew he was gangsta from that point on.
Well, there's a lot of people too that they say they don't like Trump because he's very egotistical, and
I think we need that.
And I think personally, I would rather have someone like that run our country than someone that's more passive.
That's who you ideally want.
Well, you want.
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if it's just like. I don't know. Isn't that how like it feels? Just from stuff I've seen on people who don't live in America on America, isn't that how America is kind of portrayed though? As like,
strong.
Don't fuck with us.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with us, or don't fuck with our friends. We'll be the nicest people possible, but don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's the thing, not just like, oh yeah, no, I feel like, but you know, like I said, that could just be. But I see so many memes. I see so many posts from people from other countries that are like, oh, America, fucking flags, eagles, and beer, bitches, fucking guns, a lot of guns. Give us guns.
That is essentially what it is. Yeah. Sunday night football. Don't even get me started. I'm in there every Sunday. I'm watching that shit, and I'm with a Bud Light, preferably,
and a Big Mac,
and Deep Cut Tavern, sponsored by Deep Cut Tavern for all your taverning needs.
Are we sponsored by Deep Cut technically?
No, I said on the last podcast we
but
are
I'm getting
not for this shit.
Yeah, that's true. Not for this at all.
You're getting paid to work there.
Yeah.
No, we more or less just advertise and act like we have sponsors. We don't yet, but if you are a big company watching this, or even a mediocre one, we have a large following, and I guarantee you we can get anybody to fucking rock your brand.
If actually, we could definitely sell some.
100%.
Yeah. No,
we're very marketable gentlemen.
If you are anybody who wants a product, try it out. You know, we'll do a review. We'll post
and we'll be nice about it, even if it sucks.
No.
We will tell the whole fucking world about it.
We will give honest reviews. And I promise you, our marketing schemes
will say the N-word, so it blows up with your product in hand.
I will cancel your product.
Yeah, no, that won't happen, I promise.
We will do everything in our ability to market your product.
Yes.
Including
Bud Light. Come on.
No, Diet Coke. Come on.
Sunday Night Football, Diet Coke, Big
NFL.
Mac,
Come on.
Bud Light.
Deep Cut Tavern.
Actually, not Bud Light, guys. We are underage. Are you fucking?
Yeah, we just. Bud Light's bad for you.
Bud Light is bad.
I don't get into that stuff.
I don't think I'll drink one until I'm 25 when the brain's done developing.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
That is. I don't know.
I might try a cigarette too.
When you're 25.
When I'm 25, just so my lungs are mature.
Not me.
When do your lungs mature? Is that a thing?
I don't fucking know.
When your brain does when you're 25, it's like fully.
I think it's all genetics.
What do you mean?
I mean, I have a
beard.
Like
when it matures?
I had a beard at 16.
Like, I know.
You had a beard at 16?
Late 16, yeah.
I'm talking about, like, smoking and drinking.
Yeah, but I'm assuming because of...
Well, if you had a beard when you were 16, you know where you're going, right?
Hell. You're like the Al-Qaeda's.
Damn it. I'm just as good as fucking Saddam.
I'm just saying, you know where you're going.
Obama, Bin Laden.
No, what were you saying? All genetics? What are you talking about?
No,
when your things mature, or just like the addictiveness of it?
I saw this
when
dude.
Does your genitalia stop growing? I'm still waiting on that to kick in.
think I know your nose and your ears grow forever.
What?
Forever.
Get
No,
the fuck out
No,
of
that's,
here.
that's
Listen,
why.
this-
That's
I
why
gotta-
old people
I gotta
have
s-
the. Have
I got a
bigger
story on
noses.
That's valid though.
I got a story on my nose. So, well, of course you guys know, but the people that don't know, in my family, a big ass nose runs in the family, right? Like it's very prevalent. You got some fucking sniffers that they widen out.
Bloodhounds.
And my cousin, right? We used to be at like Thanksgiving and shit, and he
Mhm.
has a fucking sniffer from hell,
A schnoz.
a snozzer. I don't. That might
I
be
know who you're
racist.
talking about.
And I was like, man, you could smell anything. Like, you could smell whatever the fuck you wanted to.
What is that smell?
And I was younger at the time, and he said,
Did somebody fart and it hasn't even happened yet?
he said, you just wait. And I swear to fuck, as I've been getting older, the motherfucker keeps growing. And same with Travis. He's
Dude,
getting a little snout on him.
Dude, my nose looked huge in the last podcast. The angle had me fucked up. It looked like massive.
Well, do you guys know football season? We had that new coach, right? I ain't gonna say his name, but
Yeah.
from
Start with a B?
wait, his name or he came from the Green School.
Yes, I
You
know
know
who
what
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about. Yeah.
Well, he's my cousin somehow, like related down the line. And right as he walked into lifting, like the first day he was there, my cousin, he's also another coach.
His nose walked in and then...
He came up to me, and the first thing my cousin said to me was like, "We're related," and I was like, "What? Why do you think that?" And he got me like this, and he was like, "Look at his nose," and I was like, "Holy shit!"
He's got the schnoz.
Oh
He's-
my god!
You could smell for miles.
You
You
can
could
just
smell
tell-
a drop of
you can just tell
blood in
related.
an Olympic-sized pool.
He's a shark.
He can snorkel with that thing. He just looks up underwater.
You gonna talk about my family like that?
You brought it up, homie. I'm just adding on.
Genetics are so weird.
I know.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah, you know, if you're like, let's say you're skinny right now, but you get like really fat. Let's imagine Keith, 350 pounds, right? He somehow gets somebody pregnant at a 350 pounder.
Skinny kid.
The kid will have fat genetics.
Really?
Now, how does that work?
That's not true.
It changes your genetics.
Does it really?
I mean, your genetic makeup is literally who you are, and you are a fat male.
So wait. So if I turn in, let's just say I turn into a bodybuilder, right?
Yes,
Let's
I've
just
always
say-
thought about this.
That's
Would
true.
Because
You would have
through-
strong genetics.
my genetics were mid, I'd probably say, but like I got stronger through hard work
but
and
also,
dedication.
it won't
Would
change
my
your kid's
son
genetics.
come out
No, it
with
won't.
his genetic? That's what.
No. For example, your bicep insertions, your lat insertions, everything, your abs, your chest, your everything. No, it definitely
Well,
be that.
what about the ability to put on muscle fast?
What about my family?
That's the thing. I don't. That's
See,
why.
that's
That's
what I
why
don't
I
know
don't
either.
My
know. That's why
entire family are thin, but they have a huge beer belly, and like none of them really drink. Both sides of the family, huge belly.
I don't
Is
know.
that burger cooking?
It has to be.
It is good.
I don't have a pot belly just yet.
You're on route.
I might
En
be,
route.
and I might be bald.
I know one side of my family. No, okay. You primarily get those genetics. I think it's from your mom's dad.
Yes.
Your genetics, right?
My mom's
He's
dad
bald
had
as shit.
hair. My mom's dad had hair.
My mom's dad had dark black, curly as fuck hair. Like it was almost
My
snappy.
my mom's dad's bald as shit. Well,
My-
no, he's
I
got
only-
more of the toilet. He's got the toilet bowl going on. I mean, toilet bowl haircut.
The
going on.
horseshoe.
Ew.
That's what my dad's got. But
No, it's not.
My
it's
dad
not
went-
that.
my dad went bald in high school, and I still
comes
have
over.
like a full head of hair. Like I haven't started balding yet, so I'm
Yeah.
very confident for my future.
But I know. But my dad has a full head of hair. Full head of hair. Like, not even close to receding hairline. Nothing.
Your mom's bald though.
Very.
Is she actually?
Dude, she was a cancer patient. You
No, she was not. I think I
fuck?
would.
No, Garrett, my mom was not bald.
asshole.
Women do go bald.
I know. I feel
My grandma's going bald, I think.
Aw.
You know, my mom got COVID and like her hair was falling out.
that happened to my brother.
Yeah.
I think when
She
we
was
were really
balding.
really sick down here. He had to come in from college, and I think he said his hair was falling out. He'd go shower and he'd be like,
I think that's a thing.
"What, COVID? Taking your hair out?"
I think. Didn't take mine out either.
Thank God. I don't know if I think I had COVID because I was really sick down here and I never got tested. It was right when COVID got real popular in Florida, and then there was the first case in New York. And
Oh, yeah.
as of that week, everyone at OU got really sick. And my brother came home. Me and my brother were deathly sick. I had a fever like 103 for 3 days. It was stupid.
Remember that
I was
time
down here, and
we both had what was
Minecraft.
what we thought to be COVID.
Yeah.
And we grinded Minecraft.
And I never got
That was
tested.
probably the best time of my life.
Yeah, I never got tested there. But before, when I was real sick, my mom got COVID like the week after.
Yeah.
And I did like I don't know if I had it or not, but it didn't take away my smell or taste. Thank God. Thank the Lord.
That was like mid basketball season though. That was
That
the
was.
only bad part. But they were
Dude,
playing
I didn't care. I
playing
didn't
two
care, though.
shitters.
2 years ago, I got COVID during basketball season, and I couldn't smell or taste for like
2 years ago, 2020.
2 years ago.
That ain't adding up.
No,
Well, 2020 COVID, but I mean,
Yeah, but
COVID
nobody
was still
had it.
prevalent last year too.
Nobody had it
No, it
until
wasn't 2020. It was
2021
2021.
at least.
That's last
But-
year.
It could have been last year.
Had to have
Definitely last year.
Maybe I don't know.
No,
but
dude.
I-
Last year
it's the,
you would.
it's no. It's the time that I. It was like right after the time I came up here. I think it was me and Travis.
and we got sick.
We sled.
Oh,
It's
that
not
was
red.
last year, wasn't it?
No, it
No.
wasn't last year because
That was the year before last year,
yeah, that was when it was immediately after that.
and we all three
I-
got sick.
I
Do you
could
think
not
it
smell or
was?
taste.
Do you think it was like? Fuck! How was that 2020?
I don't know actually.
Dude, no, I don't know. That was not last year because William came too.
It was not last year.
I don't know.
When was that?
I don't. It
That was
was
like
I know it
2019.
wasn't
No.
last winter.
Was it before school got canceled
No,
for COVID?
it was
After that?
after. It was after quarantine.
So it would have been that winter. So it would have been late 2020, right before 2021 sophomore year.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it'd been around there.
I think that's when everyone was getting it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy though. No, when we got sick during basketball, it was awesome. But you were so dumb, and it made me mad in basketball because you would get sick and you would come into basketball, and you never had COVID, but you would come in and get sick, and then
Yeah.
literally the next day everyone would come in, and they couldn't do anything.
I
Deal with it.
I got a flu shot this year, and I never do.
I get a flu shot every year.
I don't think I've ever got one. I'm immune. No, I'm actually kind of sick right now.
Well, if you get a flu shot, I believe your immune system does drastically change.
Well, I think it depends, doesn't it? Because they put flu cells into you. So like if you haven't had flu in a really long in a really long time, you don't have any white blood cells. That's the whole point of it, is to build up your white blood cells against that virus. But I'm pretty sure there's a thing where it's like if you do it and you haven't had a flu in a really long time and your white blood cells aren't built up for that, you could potentially get you could get the flu. I know, like I've heard teachers complain about that. I remember one of my old teachers was like,
I got the damn flu shot.
"No, I got the damn flu shot, and I had the flu for 2-3 days," and he was like, "And I haven't had the flu in 6 years." And he's
I
like,
can
"And
shit
got
through a
flu
screen door and not touch a wire. Teachers be getting real graphic about that shit too. Like, oh, I was puking up and it was like green and
It was little frogs in it, and oh my god.
I don't remember having frogs. Why was there french fries in it? They're just like real graphic. I tell you what, a scumbag move that a teacher used to do. I don't think this is very like revealing of this person because this person will never see this, and I haven't seen this person in probably 13 years. You remember Miss P?
Oh my fuck. Yeah.
Might have been a lesbian. I'm not here to judge. Probably was. I just want you to imagine her as a lesbian. Harley riding, the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
This bitch, when I was in kindergarten, would walk in, like, first off, we had a water fountain in the classroom in kindergarten, right?
Really?
We had a water fountain, like, on the sink. And, like, I would go all day, like, needing a fucking drink. And I'd be like, yo, can I go get a drink from this water fountain that's in the classroom? And they were like, nah. And fucking this bitch, Miss P, I'm dying of thirst over here, like, sweating bullets. She'd come in with her Diet Dew, crack it open, and just start chugging away. And I'm like, you motherfucker. You know we ain't
Can I
allowed
get
to
a
have
drink right
that.
there?
And then I'd go home and chug like 4 dews. Like I was drinking dews at a young age, so I was really craving it.
You're really craving it.
Dude,
So
I
wait,
was.
you're telling me you were dying of thirst and you get home and you just...
No, I said I was. I'm saying
Just
no. I'm
Mountain
saying I was
Dews.
dying of thirst, but I was old enough to have Mountain Dew, so I really wanted her fucking Dew, and she would just fucking drink it in front of everyone, every day.
I always hated that. You know what? I actually did have teachers though. You know how like you would get rewards in school and it'd be like a pop. I'll
Yeah.
give you $1.25 ready to go get pop in the machine.
Yeah.
Whoa. We had a teacher. I had a teacher that like wouldn't drink pop unless she brought in pop for kids. And I also know teachers that like, for example, even at our school, it's like, there's teachers even in our school that are our teachers now that are like, I'm never gonna get on my phone. because you guys aren't allowed on your phone.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And there's
and,
others that-
and then there's other teachers where like they say put your phone away, and I've had teachers walk out of the classroom for 30 minutes on the phone, and they come back and like, what happened? Oh no. It's like,
Oh, one of my kids has diarrhea. He was shitting through a screen door, didn't touch a wire.
so when I get home, I gotta clean that up.
Gotta wipe him.
Hopefully
He's
there's no
14.
frogs in it again.
There's frogs in the screen. Shit through a strainer.
Some teachers just fucking piss me off.
Yeah.
I agree, dude. Do you remember the fucking what was I trying to say?
Remember our freshman year history teacher?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pissed me off.
Good
Real
thing
bad.
was you can get most decent
Back-
history teachers off track so easily.
Yeah.
Go
All of ours you
Bobcats.
could have.
Do you guys remember like the Polar Express day, like pajama day?
What year? I remember it. I
Wow.
remember like early.
You probably
early.
wouldn't even know.
We had like
Not your guys.
I think every school has it, but
Yeah.
like we had like hot chocolate
Yeah,
and like
you do the hot chocolate,
Santa
you get the
would come around,
marshmallows.
Santa came, dude.
Yeah,
that
you-
shit was the best.
Yeah, you do it. We
There's
had
a-
like candy bags.
Dude, I feel
you get
like-
candy bags.
I feel like
yeah.
back in the day, like we hated school, but
was so
there's
fun.
so much like nostalgia from that.
Yeah.
Like I remember when it would get warm out. This is like I remember right when Halo 4 came out for some reason because I was grinding my balls off on that game, and we would
I
go
thought
out.
that game just came out. When did that game come out?
I don't know.
2015ish?
No.
Earlier?
really
It's like 2011, 2012.
Really? I thought that game was way
It
later.
was it was a long time ago.
No, Halo 5. When did Halo 5 come out?
20,
like 18.
19 maybe.
20. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Not Halo 4. I played Halo 4.
Halo 5 was a bust, I believe. But anyway,
Yeah,
back
I
on-
think you know, I never played it.
I remember it getting warm out, and we had like it was like St. Patrick's Day. We had like the sherbet
Mm-hmm.
and the Sprite. I was like, this is the best time of my life.
I remember.
Pizza parties with the fucking thin little pieces.
Yeah, and they give
Yeah,
everybody
them
like one
fuckers.
piece.
Fucking
I remember-
cocksuckers.
I remember I
could
was
tear
so
down a whole
excited.
Papa John's by myself.
I remember being in tag, and I remember we did this.
Tag was the shit.
we
It
did
was kind of
this-
a cult though.
We did this.
We dropped out of that shit. We'll get on it here in a second. Go ahead.
We did a stupid construction thing, and if you just did it and completed it, you got a root beer float. And
the fuck
and,
outta
and I
here.
was like,
Root beer
dude,
float was
dude.
something you
And for
just,
some reason, I could go home every day of the week, every day of the week, and drink a root beer float. I could. Never
root
did
beer
it.
float.
Never-
But the moment you get
bust.
offered a root beer float in school, it's like,
Holy shit.
what?
I
You're gonna
think
give me what?
I think whenever you get to high school though, you realize like how much shit you were not allowed to do.
Yeah,
Like I mean, 8th grade, I guess we could like
We
eat
did
food in
anything.
class.
we did
It
that.
didn't matter. But like you're allowed to have your phone in high school. I was
To a
on that
degree.
shit 24/7. And remember we used to take full chemistry tests with our phones. Cuz they were so hard and
What anatomy?
Nagel.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah, and
We told him we
Nagel.
use it for a calculator.
physical science.
Yeah, we said I don't have a calculator.
I
And
loved
I'm
that.
just
I
like,
actually, I didn't like that class. I sat on my phone the whole time.
I get like a
But for some
40%.
reason, I loved the way Nagel taught. I don't know how to
it was
explain
very
it.
college like, but I
It was
hadn't taken any
very college
classes
like, but
yet.
it was so
at that time.
straightforward. For example, the teacher that we have now doing it,
Notes.
she's nice and
See,
all,
I don't.
but it's hard. And even the kids at my table, like watching them try to get the concept is, and I don't know, like
Are you in chemistry?
I just yeah. So like when I see it and stuff, it's like I just kind of know, but I think it's also because like we're doing a lot of stuff that I've kind of already dabbled in before. So
See,
like,
I hate that stuff.
but Nagel, but for some reason like there was something about Nagel where like
Yeah.
he would put on the screen, he'd say, "Here's this, here's this, here's this. Write it down. If you wrote it down,
And he
you
would
got
like,
it."
He would go.
Nagel
deeper
was a
into
good
it.
teacher.
Yeah.
Like he was a
No,
good
he
teacher.
was, but he was stern, he was strict, and and he wasn't
He had his
all
way,
playing
and
fun.
but that's
yeah,
his job.
I think
But-
people shit on him. And
but
they
here's the
don't-
thing
they
though,
didn't
I sat on my
understand
phone.
that, like
I sat on my. Keep on. Sorry.
him being a high school teacher is not like what he wanted to do.
No.
He was originally a professor, and
Well,
then
he's
his
way
like
too smart to be a high school teacher.
his
He's
like
fucking
wife
way
got
too smart.
cancer, and
Yeah.
he came out of retirement to work to
Yeah,
like, pay
I knew
for
that. I
the
knew that.
treatment. And
And
that
it's
is
not like he
literally
wasn't
like
teaching us. He was teaching us a lot.
Well, it was just kids shit on him.
Those kids didn't like
They-
it.
For
It's
what?
hard,
didn't like
For
'cause they
what?
don't like
Yeah.
it. It's hard.
They don't like to learn, and that's because but I sat on my phone.
I genuinely enjoy learning if it's the right way.
Yeah.
Do you think that technology halts learning, like knowledge and shit in
Depends how you
schools?
use it.
I don't think so.
Depends how you use it.
Because there's a I don't think so either, but there's a lot of like, I don't know, I guess, arguments about for and against.
The
Well,
way
think,
I
think
like
about
to
think
learn
about all the kids who
technology.
think about all the kids who sit on their Chromebook and don't do anything, compared to the kids who are actually trying to use resources to help them and help them learn. It's a whole different story.
See, I do all online, but I take physical paper notes.
Yeah.
Like I like to do that. I could read out of a paper book, take paper notes, and then take the test online.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing though is, if you say you think technology halts it, it's like everything we've learned in quantitative reasoning. I've learned a lot in math because I've had to teach myself that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like I've learned so fucking much about math just from taking quantitative reasoning all online, and that's all technology.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally all that is. It's just being able to use the different resources he's gave us and the different everything. You know what I mean? When whether it's the Pearson thing to do the homework, it's.
I feel like it's almost going to change the schooling system because there's more than
I
one
think it
way.
will. I think
There's
it
more
will.
than one way you can like.
I
get an
also
answer.
think. I wonder when they'll do away with paper paper books and stuff because it's already
hope they
massively
never do.
declining.
I hope they never do.
I hope they don't either, but it's already massively declining. And I know that technology and stuff is expensive, but it's like, you know, you got to buy all these books, but it's like, imagine just having like a Chromebook cart for every grade.
Yeah, I
You
can't.
see what I'm saying? Compared to buying all these books, all these school stuff is.
I
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the amount of people who enjoy reading are declining, but I also think it's because of how my teachers specific teachers have taught to where you have to read a certain type of book to like fill your points. Like you have to read nonfiction, fiction. Like I feel like reading fiction is a complete waste of time. To
I
me,
agree with that.
I would rather read to learn.
It's
Yeah.
just a fantasy that you put in your head.
Yeah, why? Like, what do I get
Well,
out of
some
that?
people
If I
look
want
at it-
to
some
put a
people-
fantasy in my head, I'll
That's the
watch
thing
a
about
movie.
people who enjoy reading, though, is that some people look at it as a movie. It's
No.
it's more relaxing. No, I swear to God, like,
Well,
why
that's
do
what I mean.
people?
Most movies are based off
No,
the
that's what I'm
book.
saying.
Not
You
for
can
me.
have your opinion, and here's the thing: I don't like reading either. But it's like, you know, why are people out reading Sherlock Holmes books? Why are people reading Harry Potter? Why do people read the Hunger Games books?
They like to waste their time.
It's like no, it's just those movies. Those
What are those
books they
girls
look
read
at
them
as
sex books.
Huh?
Girls read them sex
50
books
Shades
like
of
it's
Grey.
a fucking job.
Yeah, that shit gets them turned on too, for whatever reason.
Dude,
I can't read like he menacingly placed his ball sack near
Did I
my
tell you the
face.
story? My mom used to have like a collection of them, and my mom. No, listen to
50
this.
Shades of Grey.
No, it was fucking
She had
worse than
50
that.
Shades.
It
of
was
Grey.
like
No,
it's like
Joe.
on the book there was like dudes with their abs out like flexing and shit,
Oh,
and her and my
farm boy gets
her
it
and my,
hard.
her and my
Nothing
aunt
less.
would like switch them, and one time I was like, "What the fuck are these?" I was real little, so I was like flipping through them, and it's like
He puts his wiener.
it's
on her
it's just
tube.
like
On her poop.
he puts his bug so gently on the top of her,
menacingly
Trap.
and it's just like the fuck.
into her nostril.
Trickles down.
And girls just love that shit.
They do.
It's so
The
weird.
descriptive words are like you can tell the authors never got laid.
What happens when the girl's stupid
He
though?
kisses
Can't read
her
it.
gently.
Well, I
He
think-
puts his wiener in her. Honey, what does it say?
Crevice,
She's like, oh, in her
crevasse.
crevasse.
I think girls are more romantic. I think in a way
Oh, they are. They are.
they
they're
prefer it more like that. Where I think guys are just straight.
They're emotional.
Let's
sex
get it
animals.
going, like real quick, and then maybe
Touch me a little, and I'm going.
I'll give you the best 3 minutes of your life, and then you
That's how I
continue
am.
with your day. Like I just think it's a lot. Like, I mean, obviously I'm no sex expert. I mean,
Sexpert.
I've never had
Dude, have you ever
never had sex, but
Me neither.
have you guys ever seen the videos of the guys who are like flirting coaches? And the
Oh,
guys,
the Riz
flirting
goblins?
coaches. No. I'm talking about like a long
Dude,
time
I
ago. There's
can't
like there's
watch
guys who are
those.
like flirting
You ever
coaches,
seen,
and they're
like-
like kissing coaches and shit.
You ever seen
And
the
they're
video
like,
of like?
I'm gonna teach you how to pick up women. They're called pickup coaches.
Ugh.
And it's like I forget what YouTuber I watched. It was like over a year ago. React to them, and it's just oh my god. And like this guy's walking up on the street, and he's like,
very moist.
it's the
critical.
it's the cringiest thing in the world. It is the cringiest thing in the world. It's unbelievable. I can't.
I was telling Isaac the other day, like, I'm gonna admit it, my Riz game is rock bottom. Like,
It's getting bad enough where I have to tell him what to say.
no,
on
it's
Tinder.
getting. I'm not kidding, Keith. It's a problem now because it's got to the
You
point.
strike out so much, you just start thinking you're a bad.
No,
hitter.
no. It's because I used to be a little bit more on the Riz side, right? And then everyone's like, "Why the fuck are you like that, man? Why are you talking?" So I just It's almost okay. This is
You
you,
turn
you gotta take it.
homoerotic.
You got to. I did
You're
not turn
sexual.
homo. I took.
Asexual.
Asexual, yeah.
I took.
Anal sexual.
I took like all.
Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
You're gonna yeah, but you need to make some comment like that. But
Some sharp comments.
it was dull. So like, I completely quit talking to women, and especially texting Riz is fucking horrible for me. In person, maybe a little bit better, but like it's to the point where what I type, I'm just like, ew. Like, why the fuck?
Tell you what my problem is.
I don't know what the deal is.
I know you know because you do one-liners, man. I know you're one-liner. I know what it is. It's 3 words.
Let's be friends.
Wait, what is it? Just say it. I don't care.
I'm not saying it.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't care.
Hint it at me.
I gotta come up. No, I can't.
Just say it,
Just
bro.
say it. I don't care.
No, I don't know if I can.
Okay.
What's the first?
I'd.
Uh,
right, and the last.
Can I say it?
I'd eat it.
I'd
eat it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I'd eat it.
That's game right there. That's textbook for me personally. Like if Tyler was like I'd eat it
First
and I
word,
was a woman,
a girl comes up, hey,
I'd be like,
I'd eat it.
I'd let you. That's what I'd reply with.
Well, the Riz is on and off for me.
That's Riz. That's Riz.
When I don't need the Riz, something, my heart starts beating.
Let me
and
tell
the
you
Riz
something.
just comes out of me. But whenever I need the Riz, like I'm like, okay, I gotta Riz this girl up real quick.
Back when I was on the,
it's gone.
Back
It's just
when I was on
not there.
on the market, right? Like in the search for that one true love, or maybe a couple of them. Whenever, let's say, whenever I needed to Riz someone up, I always had the worst luck with women my age. Like I would always use the same tactics to Riz. Get me like all right. So I was like 15 last time I didn't have a girlfriend. So I would like Riz up some like random broads my age, and they'd be like, "Ew, now, yuck, fuck you."
That's
right?
easier in my opinion than someone.
No.
Someone I'm actually
Yeah,
interested in.
And then I get up top to the older generation, and then it's just like I'm reeling them in. You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree.
they love it. And I was a very young looking 15-year-old,
He's a dirtball.
and I have an older women. I have quite the older women resume.
What do you mean? Like your resume of women is mostly older women?
No, older women that I've been with are.
All the women you've been with are mostly older.
No,
Like who?
No, I'm saying the older women specifically outweigh the quality of the younger.
Oh.
Or even girls our age, I think.
I don't do girls our age. I can't. They don't like me
They don't like me either.
because I'm
I don't do it.
strong and powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well.
I'm happily in a relationship though, because I know my girlfriend's watching this.
Is she?
I don't
Good
like.
for her. If she does, I appreciate it. Thank
No, she watches them all. She's been watching every one.
you. Really? Has she commented whether she wants Mountain Douche or Welcome to My Basement?
She wants Welcome to My Basement. She told me that, and I said, "You're an idiot."
She thinks me and Garrett's stupid for the Mountain Douche idea.
I said, "Imagine Mountain Douche on a T-shirt.
And
That'd be fucking hilarious."
It goes MTN and then our 3 faces at the bottom.
douche.
No douche. I don't think we should put douche on a shirt.
The mountain.
No, like you know the Three Stooges picture, right?
Oh,
So
it's
it's like
just a cutout.
MTN and then like, but it's us 3 as the Three Stooges.
We should do like DEWSH. Douche. Mountain douche.
That'd probably be how we have to.
I think we should just
DOUCHE.
DOUC. Yeah, that one.
I don't think we could.
I think we could. Douche isn't a bad word. Douche
Yeah,
is just
thing that
douche is
cleans
just like
shit.
Italian for
No,
soap, isn't it?
no, it cleans vaginas.
Yeah, but it's a. You ever seen like gel douche? It says it on your soap, douche. Look at any soap
Well, it's like a
bottle.
cleaning thing.
He's
That's
talking
why.
about KY jelly.
Motherfucker. Dude, anyone ever had experience with KY jelly?
No.
Neither have I. I'm wondering if it's like. I was just asking. I was wanting some general feedback.
Yeah.
If you have any experience with KY,
Jelly.
can we stop calling it jelly?
That's what it's called.
Any
bro.
KY product, because they have like
If
lube
you have
and
no,
they have like
it's
stimulants.
KY jelly.
We'll
If
say
you
jelly.
if you have any Kelly Jam, KY Jam.
KY jam.
If you have any
Carl York.
Carl York Jam.
Or Kentucky jam.
KY, yeah. Kentucky Jam. Kentucky Jelly.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
If you have any experience with
Sorry.
KY Jelly, we would like to know, because when we go sledding this year in the snow, we want to grease up the bottom of our sleds.
That'd be sick. But imagine if we
wanna
were
know-
like.
and we want to know how slick and if we can really gain speed doing it.
Imagine you try to.
Comment KY jelly if you
Imagine you try to oil up
No,
your.
we're only 50 in.
Imagine.
Okay, don't comment KY jelly.
Imagine.
Or we could do a bait one again. We did last time. Go.
Okay, that's the bait.
So imagine you lube up your sled with the KY jelly, and it somehow gets on your butthole. And you're just winging down the hill, and you're just like, humming. You're buzzing, rearing to go.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying you lube up your sled with the KY jelly, and a little drop of it gets on your anus.
Okay.
On your rectum.
And then you're humming.
You're
And
buzzing
then
down the hill.
the sled falls out from under you, and you still just fucking.
Oh, fuck.
Speaking of scrotums,
We're not speaking of scrotums.
I am.
Get on your
Okay.
scrotum.
Guess who shaved for the first time?
Oh, we did want to
You
talk
did,
about
you
this,
did.
didn't we?
I mean, we can.
Come on.
Give it up for him.
Tyler shaved his
Oh, okay, there we go.
testicles.
You know, never been one to shave the balls because I thought it was just too damn hard. But mine never grew like some others, I guess, because whenever I told Isaac and Garrett about it, you know what they said? This is exactly what they said. Were you growing a fucking mullet? I was like, it was
Business on top, party down bottom. It's like a goatee.
no, but it wasn't. I swear, it was not like that.
It's like a goatee. You keep a little patch up top. Shave it into a little
Have you
heart.
ever seen the pube haircuts? People just doing different shit in their pubes.
Faded.
No, like I don't know. Like there's so many. There's ones that's just like a straight line.
Dude, if
You know what I
if
mean?
my balls grew up for as long as yours probably have been, I would have like an afro. I would look
Mine-
like Jackie Moon down
My
there.
okay, this is very visual, but
Nobody cares.
my ball hair does not grow very. Like it just doesn't.
I mean, it's not thick, obviously. It's fucking a ball sack. But they get long.
I promise. I should have sent you guys a before and after picture because it literally
Like
was
shaving
like, it's not
shaving
that.
your balls is hard. That's why we need Harry's to
I don't
sponsor
think.
us.
I don't think it's. Yeah, no. Let's get Harry's or Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club, Harry's.
Yeah, one
What's
of
it?
them.
Manscaped.
Manscaped, dude. If we,
Manscaped.
I actually want to use a Manscaped. Like I told you, the one I use to shave my sideburns, and I use to just shave stupid shit. Like I shave my mustache, sideburns with it, and I don't really like it because it's some stupid cheap one. I got it like Dollar General, and it sucks. But, it like I don't know. It literally like won't cut my facial hair, and I have like none. I have like none to cut, and it still won't do it. So I wish just Manscaped would sponsor us because I actually want to use one. I want
What
to.
do you guys think about people that shave their arms?
Their
I
arms.
think it's
It-
if they
it
have-
depe-
they
if
have
you're-
strong forearms.
If you're not fucking huge.
I shave my arm probably both arms every week.
Yeah, but like if you're not fucking huge, like well, I won't say huge,
You're not
shred it
spiky.
up,
No.
shred
Get
it
all
up.
Spiky.
Feel it.
Feels good.
But it's also different if you want to see progress and stuff. Sure,
I just don't. I think hair's kind of grody.
you've never felt that way before until you started lifting.
No,
I think
I'll tell
body
you what,
hair is a little
you know
grody.
what?
I'm very
I
thankful I,
can't
don't
say
have chest
why.
hair.
You know why?
I don't know why.
I can't say this. Why the hair?
Whisper it at me. We'll mute the mic.
I don't.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I can't say that. I'll tell you after. That's valid though, right?
You could have just said.
No, because then they'd be like, they know who that's. You know, I
I don't think it really matters.
No, just don't. Just
No,
don't do it.
don't
I ain't
do it.
trying to
Well-
get into that.
Yeah,
You know why now?
No.
I have an idea, but no, probably not. I'm probably not on even close to the right track.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
Okay, you shave your legs. I know guys shave their legs.
I know
don't shave
girls
my
who don't
legs.
shave their legs.
Me too.
I can't say that's a bad thing. Do whatever you want, but
It don't feel
It's a
right.
bad thing.
well, yeah, I don't know.
So in the winter, girls don't usually keep up to date with it. Like if it's getting cold out right now, like in the time we're in.
is that a thing? They grow out insulation.
No, I mean they don't know. They don't have to because they're wearing long
like
pants.
sweatpants or whatever.
Yeah, they don't like. Nobody's gonna see their legs. It doesn't really matter.
I still.
My
don't.
girlfriend does, like she be letting that shit get long as fuck and spiky, and I feel like I'm laying with a man. And
Hot take
I
here.
had her shave it one time.
I fucking hate that.
I don't like it.
Like I can't do
She's
that.
like
Yeah.
it's just hair, and I'm like,
Personally, my
yeah,
opinion,
okay,
I do
men
not
have hair on their
prefer.
legs. I'm not laying with a man.
I think it's because there's this perception that women like are clean shaved.
I'm with that. I
they're
like
clean-
that trend.
I like that. No, I love that trend. Like that's the only trend I can really get behind. I can't get like if she's growing a fucking mustache.
You guys shave your armpits?
No.
I don't. I mean,
I
I
don't
have
really.
before because I have. Oh fuck, our mic's not on, is it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, it's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Is it on now?
Yeah, it's been on.
Okay, sorry. I have hyperhidrosis, so I sweat like excessively, and I literally have tried everything in the book. So I saw online that if my armpit hair is like too long, if you trim it, the deodorant's more effective. So I tried it, didn't work.
Really? If you trim it,
Well, it's just genetics. I have overactive sweat glands, essentially.
fair enough.
So-
I don't know. I know a few people that shave their armpits. They shave their whole body. Like I don't know, not like their whole body, but they definitely trim. They trim
I
their
know
leg hair. They
people
trim like everything.
I know
I've shaved
people
my legs
who
before.
I haven't.
you shave your legs
I have one time, yeah.
Because you wanted
for
to
what,
do-
a swim meet?
'cause you wanted to do-
Oh, okay, that's
yeah.
valid.
No,
Okay.
and that's what I was saying. I was like, unless you're big and you're working out and you want to see progress and stuff, it's like why?
I know
would
somebody who shaves like their chest hair and stuff.
That's a whole different
You
thing,
know who it is?
If I had chest hair, I'd shave it.
You know who it is?
dude.
Give it a K.
See.
Brother. Yeah, no, I didn't know that actually, because it's really spiky.
Yeah.
No,
Which I can see why.
genetically
As like a 19-year-old, you would not, or
Gen-
I guess 20.
genetically in my family tree, I'm going to have a lot of chest hair.
I don't.
I will.
I
Like
should
a
have a
ton.
lot of chest hair. Like my brother has chest hair, like we just were talking about. He's not gonna watch. Let's be real. Anyway, I don't have any chest hair though.
Yeah, I don't
have
have any
facial
right now.
hair.
But like genetically, it would make sense for me to have chest hair or anything, and I would not be. I can't do it.
I've had the same.
don't wanna do
I've had the
Same
same
with
patch
me.
of hair right here since 8th grade.
Happy Trail?
The happy trail. That's all I have.
I shave it.
I shave.
I
mine
don't.
Too. I shave everything.
Me too.
I
I
leave
shave
it.
my nipples.
Me too.
My nipples are
I
hairy.
shave my nipples.
I shave my nipples.
You know, women's
Because
nipples
it-
get hairy.
I
I
And
swear.
it,
No, I swear. It's a
No,
thing.
like I do it because I'll put a
Ugh.
shirt on and it'll be like itchy. I don't know how to explain it.
They do get a little more sensitive, but I feel like the hair keeps the shirt soft.
The nipples? No, like
kinda like
like
whiskers.
it'll press against it and then my hair will like touch me, and then it'll.
It's like having whiskers on your tits.
I can't believe we talked about body hair for fucking 10 minutes.
Did we? 10 minutes?
Yeah,
Well, do you want to get on something else?
yeah we're gonna have
I
to.
kind of like this.
I was enjoying it. We're telling the people what they want to hear, man. This is why we need comments.
This is let's do the thing right now though. If you got to this part, comment. What do you comment?
How long are we in?
Nipple
An hour.
hair.
An hour?
Yeah, well, we're gonna take a break. I have to piss, but I want to put it right here. Should we do nipple hair? Should we do like something different?
Vaginal belch.
And now,
Too much.
yeah, a little too much.
Scrotum burp.
We could do ball sack
Close.
mullet,
Ball
sack mullet,
sack
Sack
mullet.
Sack mullet.
sack mullet.
SACC mullet.
Sack mullet comment.
We don't want to
You
get
could
like...
do CK too.
Yeah, CK. We'll take either
CK.
one.
Sack mullet. That's the one. Okay, well, we'll be right back. We're taking a break. Okay, and we're back. Oh, that was a good break.
Yeah, on the
Did
break we had a little intermission talk, and that kind of just we were like, hey, we figured we might as well put this on the podcast.
Yeah,
we
why
were
not?
we were talking a little bit about some mental health stuff, a little bit about an ego and confidence and just stuff like that.
Talk about like what your mindset should be
Stuff
and what
that's
you should
happened
strive for.
in the past. And before we started this up, I said that
Comfortable.
get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say on top of that was I think being uncomfortable is good because when aren't you going to be uncomfortable eventually in life, right? Like
Well, yeah, people who just people who get comfortable and feeling content is I feel like it's not a very good thing. You can be content every once in a while, but I feel like you'll never reach like
Full potential.
never reach full potential. But I also feel like people who get content and comfortable, the moment they hit it is like they peak,
yeah.
and then it's a plateau. You
I
see what I'm saying?
think-
Where
I agree with
or
I
it
think-
even goes down. Like you'll never reach your full potential. You constantly have to be striving.
I think new things are what make people uncomfortable. Like change makes people uncomfortable, but once like if you can thrive in uncomfortable situations, you can build consistency on top of
Yeah.
that. New
But it's also there's so
uncomfortable
much good shit
experience.
that comes with it though, where you gain a confidence when dealing with almost an infinite possibility of situations.
Yeah.
Where like any situation you being you're confident. I've dealt with something similar to this before. You gain a confidence in that. You not only do you gain like a confidence in that, I feel like it helps you so much. Everything can be a learning experience. When you're uncomfortable is when I almost feel like you're the most self-aware.
I think it teaches you how to react in that certain situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But like I said,
Adapt
there's
to-
there's so many learning experiences that can come from it that it is so worth it.
I saw
And-
this on a podcast too, and it's like most generations, like especially the males are out like fighting wars, doing something, and our generation isn't like that. So I think
We have no income.
our generation is so comfortable
Yeah.
that we're declining as like a society.
And
I
that's
think
keep on, run it.
I think what I saw on top of that was that we are so comfortable, and this is the reason we have such a bad depression crisis, especially in men. Is that we have everything so well right now. Like obviously there's shit to complain about, but we have food, we have
Yeah.
a house, right?
Yeah.
So we have such comfortability in our lives that we essentially find negative things to find. We
Yeah,
find
well,
things to worry about,
it's-
and then we end up getting
Well,
depressed.
that's the thing about it, where it's just almost everything in the world is taken for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like everything is taken for granted, and that leaves, when everything is taken for granted, that leaves people searching for catalysts, which is like it's just a catalyst on what causes this. Why am I upset?
I
Or
think
why
when-
don't I have this?
Yeah, or when it,
Yeah.
but it can even go back to the root of it, where it's like there is no catalyst. There doesn't have to be a cause. It's in yourself. You know, there's something, but like it's just you're taking things for granted that you should be enjoying. That's
Yeah.
why and I think that's like there's obviously like a million other things that could be going on.
I think, like adding on to that, why the male population is like an all-time high of depression is because we're so comfortable. Like, I feel like as a man, maybe as a woman too, but like I feel like we should be put in them uncomfortable situations so we could, I don't know, you get new experience, learn something new, like do something hard, because it's like that risk reward system that is built into your brain
I think
that we
I
just
think,
don't achieve.
I think as people we are hardwired that we need purpose.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you feel like you don't have purpose, you're gonna just spiral.
Yeah.
Like if you
But you have to find your purpose.
yeah,
you
like
know?
if you have a job that makes you money, but it's not what you want to do, you don't have a purpose.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Well,
without
I
having
think-
a
I think-
purpose,
I'm not going to say there's like a certain destiny where we're going to sit, but I think everyone should do what they want to do.
yes,
Like I think everyone should do what they want to do, and not, and obviously that's not okay for everybody. But it all goes like that's not possible for everybody. Does that make sense? And when
Yeah.
I'm saying that, I'm saying like, dude, I hate school. Like I hate going to school, and it's a lot better now. But it's obviously my senior year. Who cares? Nobody
Yeah.
cares. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But when it goes back to like just middle school and junior high, I hated it, and I'm not gonna say I regret hating it, but it's like, did I ever one time think at least I get to go?
yeah,
You know, no, never. You know,
No.
I was an 8th grader, even freshman year, sophomore. I hated it. So like, but that's where the scenario of go do whatever you want. There are some kids who can't go to school. You see what I'm saying? There are some kids who don't get the opportunity to, and those are the kids that I think should get the most empathy when it comes to that. But you know, there are obviously people, and I feel like not a lot of people look at comfortability as a bad thing. Like, why am I sad? Why am I sad? Well, it's probably because you've been doing the same thing for however many years. You know, but like, and I'm not saying it's if you love doing that, like, go ahead. But I'm saying like, strive to make yourself better because it makes you feel better.
Do you think every person in the United States has the same freedom to like do whatever? Like, do you think we all have
yes.
equal chances?
As of now, yes.
I think yes.
And I think it is bullshit when they don't think that, because, especially in our country, you have the freedom to think, right?
Well,
You have
Free
the freedom
will.
to speak, right? So I think even if you're in a worse situation, you could still dig yourself out of that. And I think
Yeah.
people make too many excuses. Like, I'm not saying we're in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very fortunate of what I have and like where
Yeah.
I'm at. But like the people that don't have as much, of course I have empathy for them, but then again, like, you could be a lot better than me, you know?
yeah. Well, yeah. I feel there's obviously a huge amount of potential in every person, but I think one of the biggest things is just like educating yourself. And I got real into kind of educating myself on like what just the different opportunities people have, and and like what you can and can't attain. And living where we live, it was hard for me to be like, there's not a lot of people around us that get out of school and go straight to college.
Yeah.
There's not. You know what I'm saying? We're very blue collar here. We're like, and none of
Which
us,
is fine. Which is
fine. But none of us dream to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us strive to be that guy who gets straight out of high school and do a good job. And there are people who are like that. But I'm just saying, like that. I don't know. Like, I feel like that makes a difference in just like the way we grew up. So I got really into educating myself on like different opportunities, just how things are in different places. And I think that everybody definitely has an equal opportunity, like
Yeah,
for
I
sure,
think,
like an equal an opportunity for your community, if that makes sense.
I think if you can learn the way things are at like a younger age, you will have a far better chance of like succeeding. Like if you
What do you mean
let's
by younger?
let's say all right, let's say in high school I learned like how things work, right? So I learned that at working a blue collar job, like let's say I go into welding, right?
Yeah.
Welding may be something I don't want to do, but it makes me a lot of money, right? It's also a job without a whole lot of job security.
Yeah.
Like you could lose your job, right? And long hours, long hard hours on top of that, not only, no work life balance, okay? Whereas if I'm like, okay, I go to college and I take a loss obviously on the whole money part, but learning how finances work and how repaying it back is like it's an investment essentially.
Yeah.
Especially if you can get into a job straight out of college making like very good money and all you have to do is work your ass off for 4 years.
There's two, and we talked about. I talked about professional resumes on episode. It was episode 2. Was it last episode or the one before? We were just talking about college and stuff. It was like, but the thing about having a professional resume that has like having a degree and having those experiences, that is probably more job security than like almost anything you'll get. And there are a lot of complaints because there are jobs that you some people will look at that you just throw a lump sum of money into college, but you'll get out and you're making not a lot.
I think people go to college, like, people say college is a waste of time just because of how people use it. I was a very big, I'm not going to college, I don't need it, it's a waste of money, waste of time, I can get right into it off the bat. But I think a lot of people who go to college and get a basic degree that they don't really need. And a lot of people go to college, first off, get a shit degree. Second off, they go in not knowing what they want to do.
And that's where...
Which is okay if you at least have an idea.
It's okay, but I also don't like when people... I know that there are a lot of people who get bashed for going into college late, but it's like, would you rather do that, or would you rather lose thousands of dollars? Getting half a degree that you're like, man.
I'm a firm believer in you do whatever you want, and I was very like get rich or die trying, which is like it works for some people, but a lot of people die trying, right?
Yeah.
So I saw it this way. I really would love a career in investing, and there's ways around making money without having money. Like there's ways to invest without having any money. But my thought process was investing is something that takes time. So if I can go get a college degree and make $60,000 a year, probably more than that if I'm going into finance, probably more than that, along with having my real estate license, making at least 20 a year, I will have that type of money, live like I'm broke for a little bit, and use it to invest. And if investing ends up being a bust for me, I always have that to fall back on.
Yeah.
I always have I tried, so I won't die wondering, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I can go into, all right, I work in finance and real estate, I make good money.
Yeah.
So, I could have made more if it worked, but
that's way to...
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I can't, like, in my mind, I can't just rely on myself at an age I am in now. I can't just rely on myself making very little money to make money. Like I can't just be broke
and expect one day
and hoping that it's gonna come.
Yeah, and
I would rather
that even comes back to just like uncomfortable situations of being uncomfortable and stuff.
Yes.
Because I feel like so many people feel an uncomfortability or just feel like a worry or scared. Because you know how many people like go to college for 2 weeks and
it's not for me.
Drop out. They just drop out. Like they get scared. They don't know what to.
It's
notoriously
not easy.
Yeah,
I think being comfortable leads to regret later on in life.
I agree.
Here's the thing though. Like that just scenario goes for so many different things, and it's like walking into a gym the first time, being uncomfortable in that scenario. Walking like you don't know what you're doing, but then it's like, let's say you stick with that. For like Tyler, you're an example. Let's say you stick with that, and then look at yourself 8-9 months later. And it's like, and that's just like an investment in yourself, and I feel like being uncomfortable is an investment in yourself.
I think the best way to be successful is first you have to invest
in yourself.
Yeah. No.
Whether it's like knowledge or I think it's knowledge first, then body.
You know, people will like break up with their significant other and be like, I'm just gonna work on myself, and then eat ice cream and watch Netflix, right?
Yeah.
The only real true way, in my opinion, to work on yourself, what better way to work on yourself than to get in the gym and look in the mirror
Or
and,
open a fucking book.
or open a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's plenty of ways to make yourself better. I think people have a very, I'm not gonna say wrong, but I'm gonna say I feel like everyone has an outlook that might be a little, not the complete truth on how to work on your mental health and how to do shit like that. I feel like the only true way to do it is make yourself better in some way that gives you some sort of like motivation, give you an encouragement, give you anything. Gaining knowledge is one of the biggest things. Knowing something about something gives you,
Yes.
you know, it helps you.
Yeah.
Learning, and at least like physical, working on your body and feeling better, and it's just the improvement. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
It's the
you do
discipline. Like, holy shit, I
yeah,
did
it's
that.
it's like, you know,
Yeah.
you do 3 pull-ups one day, and you know, and you do pull-ups once every 2 weeks, and then you do it 3 weeks later, and you do 6. You do double that. It's like it's even little shit. It's like, oh my god, I can do this. I don't know. It's just but it can go very little and it can go very big.
Mhm.
Like there's a million different scenarios where that comes into play.
Yeah, that's where like, if I truly went and to be broke, and start my career without going to college, right? I could work on that and get that going. But what are my alternatives if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
What do I have to fall back on? I mean, I have real estate, which is a very up and down market as it is. That's never going to be a secure job.
Yeah.
What do I really have other than like being a fucking waiter or working at a gas station?
Here's it. Earlier you said
Which
something.
is not what I want to do.
Yeah. Earlier you said. I know that there's ways to. Make money without having money, and I'm not disagreeing
hard
with
as
you.
fuck.
But I'm just saying, how do you guys feel about the whole? How do you guys feel about the whole community and environment, whether it's on TikTok or whether it's on YouTube, of like, just like invest, do the stock market, buy crypto, invest in this, get into real estate, do this, buy
It's good
this,
if you're
sell this,
knowledgeable,
buy a
if you
duplex,
know.
do this.
It's good if you
And
have
they're
a
the
mentor.
people. Yeah, there are people get into cryptocurrency.
And there
Andrew
are
Tate.
people who have lost 6 figures in crypto.
Yeah, and then there's like Andrew Tate who has Cisco, and his school's like on a bunch of different stuff. It's like do
Hustlers.
e-commerce, drop ship.
Well, that's good. It's a good side hustle.
Do
I don't
this.
think
Do
everyone
Not
makes
secure,
it.
though.
I don't think
it's
everyone
secure.
makes it in that. That's what I was essentially wanting to do that. I was wanting to do real estate and drop shipping and all that stuff. And I realized it's probably better as a side hustle first.
Well, think
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
And
in
if it
20
takes
years,
over,
you're
it
not gonna
takes
be
over.
doing that.
Nobody's going to be doing
20
it.
years, you're not.
Not
gonna
only
do
that, but they
Maybe
say do
real
drop
estate,
shipping. Everyone's doing drop shipping. It's
Yeah.
hella
Well,
competitive.
That's the thing.
It's hard to
That's
make
the
money.
thing. I feel like that community is a lot of like, I have the secrets. And it's here's the thing. It's so weird to me though. Is every guy that claims to be like a professional dropshipper or whatever is here, take my class to do this. So you want to know
It's
where they're
marketing.
So you want to know where they're making their money?
That class.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're completely wrong or whatever. I'm just saying, but like, do you know where a lot of their income's coming from? Is people that bite.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying the class is not beneficial. I'm just saying, that just shows something there.
I think like with what I'm trying to do is like I can go into that stuff as I please, right?
Yeah.
If I have a good job, I can go into that stuff as I please. I can put money into it even.
Well, that's the part about looking at it now is because when it's not stable,
And that may
there
be
is a limited amount of time.
that may be uncomfortable, right, for me, but I always have some type of comfortability to fall back on. I always have some type of something that I'm like, okay, this did not fucking work.
It's
I
a
can go back to
it's
my
a
job
security
and
thing.
make money.
Yeah.
Thank God, right?
Yeah.
So
But like I said, I feel like constantly, and this is another thing. Even if you get your different career, like let's say you get your career in what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right. You go get your degree, and you wanna go and do
investment banking.
Yeah. Well, let's say you go in and you get your degree or whatever. I want to know how many people get their degree and they go get a job to start out on that degree, right? And I want to know how many people go, okay, I'm gonna sit right here until I retire. 'Cause I'm curious. I genuinely.
Not many anymore.
It's not.
Not many anymore. The average.
How many
person-
end up doing it?
Not many. The average person in today's society will have 14 jobs in their lifetime.
Yeah, but is that 14 jobs under the degree?
No.
For example,
be.
and I'm not saying getting fired, and I'm not saying doing that. I'm just saying I want to know how many people are actually trying to strive for something better for themselves.
Well, I know people that are like right now I'm gonna be on the road. This is like blue collar, so this is like not a college degree.
Yeah.
Right now they're like, I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna make all my money, and then maybe in 10 years I'm gonna slow down and get my forever job.
The thing
I know
is, too,
people-
though,
I
are
know
you
people
going to be
who've done
alive in 10 years, you know? Like, I think you should do what you want.
You
in
know,
this
you know,
moment.
like I said, I think it's a striving thing, and I have family members, right, who have in the past, I want to say 5-6 years, moved to 3 different states, and he went from Maryland to Washington, right, and it's all because of because of his job. Yeah, that's literally across the entire country, and there's stuff like that that's just like striving, and I want to know how many people are really trying to do that.
I would like to live elsewhere.
Dude, I really want to, and you know, with my career path and what I'm trying to do, I don't know where I do want to go. There's multiple places I could go, but I'll figure that out as time goes on.
Yeah. I mean, this area has its ups, but I don't think I would want to live in this area.
It's the
I
thing.
don't want to move too far away because like my family, my friends all live here.
That's what's so weird about living here though, is because it has ups for certain things, and those pros for those certain things are very high pros. Like, they're huge pros.
Yeah.
Like, what's an example?
Local businesses.
Yeah.
Living in an area like this where almost everybody knows everybody.
Small community.
Yeah, small community. Local businesses like that. Everyone around here wants to support local businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Like we said previously, like on I think episode 1, you can go to Walmart and see somebody.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. But it's like, you know, Tyler, would you like to go to Deep Cut Tavern? Or would you rather go to somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, there's something about it when it's like it's just like when the guy that owned Marathon. When the guy that owned Marathon,
Cap.
when he owned Marathon, it was like, would you rather go? It was just going to Marathon. It just
You
felt
go
a
to
little bit
Marathon.
better. It's your local guy, you know.
I don't
him, you know-
anymore because it's owned by.
Yeah, I don't anymore either.
I did because they had the Pride Pump, but
It's like that's like local businesses here. The pros for that are huge. Like I said, I think I mentioned it on another podcast. COVID was a huge pro.
I
here,
mean,
too.
you want your money to stay in the community anyway.
Yeah, well, that's
Even
thing,
if you don't like
the thing
local
about
businesses.
the thing about like the COVID thing too. It was like around here. Obviously, we had a boom and stuff, but it was like it was not as big as everybody else. You know what I mean? There was I don't think I saw one social distancing, and everyone wore masks and stuff. But it was like we're a small enough community where yeah,
Pretty close.
yeah, that's
It's
the thing.
essentially a gated community amongst the whole county.
So
We live in, like, the poorest region of the United States.
do we?
The Midwest.
No, the Appalachia, it's like called the Ring or something.
Huh? I didn't know that.
There's a lot of people around here that make good money though.
And the opioid crisis around here,
It's
Oh,
bad.
that's crazy.
Heroin.
Heroin.
Heroin. Black heroin's pretty bad.
like what's it called?
For sure, very bad.
Fucking, not prostitution, but
Trafficking.
yeah, human trafficking around there is
Bad.
bad.
It's bad, dude. It was always so scary listening to human trafficking and sex trafficking stuff like that where
That
we
shit
live.
could happen.
But you know how many people?
Not
Like,
to
you know how
me,
many
but-
people told me like, "Oh, dude, they pick you up here and they hop on 70."
And they're gone.
Yeah,
They're
they don't find
don't know
they
which
don't,
way they go.
They don't find them in an hour.
It's because we're right. All the
Yeah,
interstates cross.
It's like
Yeah,
we're
it's
on the
tough.
crossroads, dude. And the amount of times I heard that, and I was like,
It's definitely scary. It's gonna be.
terrifying.
It's gonna be even more of a reality one day if you guys live around here and you have a daughter.
yeah, and it's like,
And I'm.
Let's get the fuck out of here. I
let's
feel
go
like
to,
the city. I
let's
feel
go
like
to Montana.
people say the city is like a bad place. I think the city would be more safe.
Here's the thing, though.
Unless you're in like the bad part of Chicago.
There's different people that look at that, but I also wanted to say something. My girlfriend just went out to Montana for vacation, and she actually brought up human trafficking, sex trafficking. She said that she had a weird anxiety the whole time. Like she said she had a weird anxiety, and I was like, why is that? And she said like almost every billboard you saw was about human trafficking, sex trafficking, and just how bad it was out there. But I was like, that's weird because when you think of just like all this land to yourself, and there's nobody within 3,000 acres of you, but then you also think there's nobody within 3,000 acres of you. So if somebody gets you, if you're broke down on the road and somebody comes and gets you, there's nobody. But you just be like, oh, there's nobody. You know, like we don't have to worry about anything. But that's a double-edged sword right there.
I think it's very much prevalent, and I think she probably realized that.
Yeah, we're like, oh, like that's a worry. You see what I'm saying? And I also feel like, you said about the city thing. I think I don't know. I feel like there's. I don't really know what my opinion is on that. Like I don't know if I think it's safer or if it's more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because I've been to cities where like, you know, it feels okay to just to be out and to do stuff, and then there's other cities where you go and it's like weird, like downtown Columbus, dude.
I think ideally you want to kind of stay close to the city but not live in the city.
Yeah.
Like
For
suburban.
me personally.
Yeah.
Live suburban, a lot cheaper. You can own your house. You don't have to rent.
Yeah.
and if you
You
want to
have
go to the city and
securities.
get something, you have that.
You have a lot of securities in the
Yeah,
suburban
but
household.
here another thing
Could
is
just
just
carry
like,
a gun.
well, the thing about downtown Columbus though, that's the weirdest part, is that like even in downtown Columbus, if you're there and like all the college kids are out and stuff, and it's all going around, it's like there's almost a weird eerie feeling where it's like almost
Something gonna happen.
where it's like anything could happen right now.
Yeah.
Anything. You know what I mean? It could be anything. So it's just so weird. Whereas like for example, when you're outside and we're in my backyard or like we're just fucking around my house, it's like there's a weird scare. It's like no way. You know what I'm saying? No, not a chance.
Nothing. No one's gonna fuck with us.
Yeah,
This
nobody.
is like
Nobody.
the clowns.
Yeah, and but that, once again, there are a lot of people who don't have that privacy. For example, me
Like
and
they
my
can't just ride their bike down.
me and my brothers just lit off a whole fireworks show. It's like we lit off a full fireworks show at my dad's house, and it was like, do you know how many people live in a suburban community that light off a whole fireworks show? You know what I mean?
No.
Like no, like there's little tiny freedoms that we have that goes back to the
Shoot
taken for
guns
granted
mean a
thing.
lot.
Yeah, doing that, it's like
If you hear a gunshot out here, it's
It's
like,
nothing.
oh, somebody's shooting guns.
yeah,
If
That
you
gun's
hear a
probably
gunshot
cool.
in the city, it's like somebody probably just died.
yeah. But I feel like that's one of the biggest things though is being able to be like, I know that this isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when you go, but I'm just saying, coming home feels like coming home.
You never feel scared at school or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
no, we don't really have any like thugs that are.
No.
I mean, we do, but everyone does wannabes. But we have a very like closed school too.
Yeah.
It's like, we know him. I know him.
And once again, that's something I don't know if we've talked about that either. It's like I think I can name. I moved schools and go to school with them since like 8th grade, and from both of my schools, I can name every kid in both grades. In my grade at my old school and our grade at our school, I can name every kid probably. I think there might be a few from our grade still that I don't know, but like,
Yeah.
but it is very small. And when it comes to people who graduate in the city, it's like I think my mom graduated with like 1,000 people, and it was like we are literally less than 1/10 of that.
Yeah.
We have like 70 people in our grade.
Yeah.
And I think maybe like 68.
Yeah.
Like-
it's declining.
Yeah, like
No,
we
it's 80 something.
is it 80?
It's like 83.
It
Oh,
was
I thought it was
70
70
something.
I thought it was 70. Yeah, I thought
Maybe
it was 70.
70 that.
Because I remember one of our teachers who used to bang the desk and yell "dude." He went.
I know who that is.
I remember one time he's like, "Man, you guys right here not doing your work. I got a grade 71 papers and that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. We have 71 kids in our grade."
Imagine grading 1,000, homeboy.
They have like 3 teachers for subjects.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
I don't know.
Who do you have for science? Bill Nye.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
I think living rural though is probably the best.
I love the farm.
Not even farm, just to live.
I
have
would like to
land.
own a farm.
I would too.
Owning a farm would
money,
be
man.
sick. There is a money to
It
be
is
made.
so expensive to own a
You can
farm.
evade taxes easier.
There's money to be made on a farm.
No, there's money to be lost though too.
A lot
Great.
of money to be lost.
Yeah.
I think a lot of farmers aren't actually like financially intelligent though.
That's another thing that when you say we're the poorest area, like we're in like one of the poorest areas, that's crazy to me though, because like I'm not saying there's no I personally I do not know any real big international farmers around here because nobody has that amount of land and really doing that.
See, this is
But like
Isaac
you-
was telling me about this because he took a like.
I know
his class
somebody
on it.
who's a millionaire off of farming.
And he said like, so like it's the region, so it's like you know how you could go. The worst part of Columbus is probably poorer than we
Yeah.
are, but that's just a small.
Yeah,
area.
it's
like,
just- it's
this
just
is
the region.
the region of it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know, but
but like you can drive down the street and you'll see a $900,000 combine,
yeah,
and that's one thing that I never realized about farming. You see a big tractor, and you're like, and then you're like, whoa,
That's a
That's-
lot of money.
money. Like that's
I live
many
by, like,
many
a
years of my career.
huge cornfield.
Huh?
I live like
No.
near a huge cornfield, like probably 40 acres. That's
Have you
big.
ever saw
Yep.
farmers like on the west side,
Hundreds of
Ohio?
acres. Yeah.
Like them dudes are.
We drove out
loaded.
west before. Like we drove to Nebraska one year. We went to the College World Series. It's fucking crazy. They got windmills, flat. It's all flat,
Yeah.
and just corn and soybeans, and it's very relaxed. It's very peaceful though. Very nice place. I think everyone should see them.
Yeah.
In their life. I've also been to the Southwest, and I loved it.
I've seen people.
Beautiful place.
I've seen people.
like Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah, I've seen
lovely.
people that come up here from, just from other states that are down south, and they're like, "Oh my God, the hills,
Mm-hmm.
the mountains, and everything." And I don't know. That was just such a weird moment
just
for me
have
because
those.
the
We'd
weird
be
thing though
driving
is,
in 'em.
is I've been down south, but it's like I've been to South Carolina and I've been to other states and stuff, but it's like, it was just so weird because I've never been out west. So but it's also or really southern. So it was so weird to me that just like this is not normal for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just an odd thing.
Well, I think especially people in Europe too, because the countries are so small, they don't realize how diverse America is.
We're like,
and it takes us
it's like we have all this land in Wyoming and the population's 3
from like the middle. Of
it's like what are you guys doing?
The middle of Germany
That's
to
why they
France
made
is
the,
like a 2-hour trip.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-hour trip just
It's
to
like
get
state to state.
It's to get to another barely to get to another.
And I'm
state.
driving, and we're going 12 hours on vacation just to go to
Myrtle
South
Beach.
Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever saw the things on
Could just
TikTok
fly.
where it's like, if you like the don't whistle on night, like the Appalachia.
Yeah,
shit. If you hear your
The-
name, act like you didn't.
Yeah.
What?
Have you guys ever had?
I
An
read a
experience?
book about that.
Have you guys ever had an experience when you're outside and you, I would hear my name like Tyler,
And it's your mom.
no, and I go and be like, hey mom, yeah, it is.
It sounds like
it
your
sounds
mom.
like my mom. I would go and be like, Mom, did you call for me? And she'd be like, no. And you're like,
I feel like I
the
have.
fuck? I guess, especially as a kid, this happened a lot. I thought I was just fucking nuts, but I guess other people's experienced it too.
Dude, the woods are kind of scary.
The woods are very,
I think they are. But I love
There
them.
was once like a laser coming from our woods, like a green laser.
Well, that's a terrorist. No big deal.
I thought it was like somebody with a sniper. trying
Yeah,
to snipe me off
probably.
the
Yeah,
porch.
that's probably got the gun. That's probably what it is.
How we doing on time?
I got 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. Should we wrap it up?
we should probably wrap it up.
You want to wrap it up? How do you guys feel about this episode? Oh, okay.
What's the word?
We already came up with the word. It's
I forget what it was.
Nutsack.
it was sack
Mullet.
Sack mullet.
Sack mullet.
Yep.
Okay, also guys, give us any feedback, please.
Yes.
Any feedback. I don't know. This episode is definitely different from the other ones, right?
Oh yeah.
We were
Like,
a
yeah.
little goofy on this one.
Yeah.
It
I
just
think
depends
we
on how we
loosened-
feel.
I think we loosened up a little bit. Which is so weird because we went
will
from
have guests
0
on
to
the next
100. We had
episode.
goofy, and then we were like
Let's talk
mindset and striving and
I like
war and doing that, and then the opposite
like
side
it.
was sack mullet. Whatever. So give us
KY
any
lube on your
feedback. We
butthole.
enjoy all of it.
Coming down the
Thank
hill.
you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end,
We appreciate it.
drop a like, subscribe.
I would like to preface. I had a McDonald's hat on this whole time,
Yeah,
and Tyler had a Bud Light.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna wrap it up. On the next episode, we will have a guest. We can't name names. It's kind of a surprise guest. If you would like to,
Something else.
if you would like us to discuss any topics with this guest, just anything really,
ahead.
we'll do it. Yeah. Any suggestions? And check us out on Spotify. If you're watching us on YouTube, check us out on Spotify. Just welcome to my basement. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, go subscribe to our YouTube. It's also just welcome to my basement.
And sack mullet.
Yeah, and sack mullet. That's a code word if you made it to the end. Thank you guys very much, and until next time.